Hey book besties, welcome back to another video. It's Daisy. Today we're doing Read Historical Fiction with me for a week. Hopefully it's a week. I have 4 books planned right now. I'll put their names just right on the screen. And we're gonna start out reading right now. The first book I'm gonna read is The first book I'm planning on reading is Lovely War by Julie Berry. It's a story. Aphrodite is telling a story about like 4 lovers. That's kind of like 4 people who find love during, I think it's both World War I and World War II. So I'm just going to start that today, see how far I get. It's currently Sunday, so this vlog will go from Sunday to Saturday, I believe, unless I get the 4 books finished before then, which I don't think I will. Yeah, so follow along this journey with me and we'll get started. Also, I just wanted to add, I am not camping. I'm sitting in the same spot I ended the last video in, which is kind of funny, but I'm just currently sitting at like a little park near like my apartment complex. So if it looks really naturey, which I know it does because of the trees behind me, it's just really peaceful to read here. Those are the vibes. Okay, I am currently 89% of the way done with the book. I'm loving it. No, not 89%. 89 pages. That is a big difference. That's embarrassing. But I'm loving it. I'm currently to like the letters part, if anybody's read the book. They're like, he's off at war and they're like writing letters back and forth to each other, if you don't know. It's really cute. I've loved pretty much every second of the book. So far I have no complaints, like 0 complaints. I love like Aphrodite's like input because it's like Aphrodite helping people fall in love and her telling like the story. I love her input. I love that it's not dual POV, but it feels dual POV because I love dual POV romance books. And so it's like when it's like just third perspective, it doesn't feel as good. And like first, like just one perspective, like first person is fine. I don't really like third person, but this is great. Like this is third person, but it's almost giving third person dual POV, if that makes any sense. I'm loving it. It's perfect. It's perfect. Okay, I just got back from the gym a little bit ago. So don't mind me. I kind of look like a mess, but that's okay. I just want to finish this book. I am at page 418. A couple pages ago, if you read this book, you know, like it got really sad, and then it got good again, and now I'm just like here for the ride, and I don't know what's gonna happen next. So I'm just gonna speed like the next couple of minutes left. I'm at 420 basically, and I have to read till page 450, so I probably have like 30 more minutes left, so I won't get the whole thing, but I'll just like speed a couple clips of me reading the end of this book, so hopefully you can kind of get my reactions. Okay. I could look more presentable right now. And I could fix that, but it's currently 8:20. I just finished this book. Can you see like all the tabs? I'm obsessed. Yes. So I am not gonna fix this. I'll tell you what I'm doing tonight. So it's 8:20 right now. I just finished this book, obviously. I'm going to update my Goodreads. I have about an hour of homework to do. It is currently summer, but I am taking just one like online class. I'm able to complete it anytime within like a year. I'm just trying to get it done in the summer. I'm a college student also. I feel like sometimes like people, I don't know, when like people are on the internet, I'm like, oh, like I assume they're my age, but I can never tell, like sometimes they're like, oh, like I'm going back to high school, and I'm like, oh, I did not know that from you. Yeah, so I'm in college. I'm a senior this year. I'm almost done. Anyways, so I am going to do an hour of homework, so that'll be till like 9:30. And then I need to clean just the apartment up for like 30 minutes. Like I need to do some dishes and I need to put some clothes away because I have this really bad habit of just throwing clothes into a pile when I'm done with them, or if I don't like my outfit, and just leaving it there. And it's actually not bad right now, but I just would like to clean it up because I have extra time tonight. So by the time I get done with that, that would be like 10. I need to shower and get ready for tomorrow, for work tomorrow. So by the time I get done with that, it would be 10:30. So I'm only gonna have about 30 extra minutes. Can you see how my brain works? Yeah. I'm a very time-oriented person. I also have this all like planned out in my Google Calendar, but I just want to like say it to you, and I have like a little bit more, like it's not this detail planned out. It's just like, hey, read 2 hours worth of Lovely War tonight or whatever. Anyways, that doesn't matter. If you would like to see like a day in my life or a week in my life, maybe I'd start with a day in my life or like even a weekend in my life. Let me know because I am interested in making those, but I don't want to make them, and yeah, I don't want to make them because it's kind of like a big deal to make them. You have to like vlog everywhere you go. So I don't want to make them if nobody's gonna watch them. So let me know. But anyways, I love this book. Oh yes, but okay. I need to breathe. Okay. So what I was telling you was I have The Woman and then I finished Beneath a Scarlet Sky earlier at work, and so I only have 2 books left to read. I'm going to start What the Wind Knows tomorrow, and I think I'm going to start The Woman tonight, which I think I already said it in this reading vlog. I'll cut it out right here if I... No, I won't cut it out. But I think I already said in this reading vlog, but I read like 40 pages of The Woman and then just like stopped reading it for a second, and now I want to pick it back up for this vlog. And that was like 3 weeks ago, maybe a month ago. It was before it got all the hype that it has now. Not that it has like a ton of hype, it's kind of still like a smaller book, but I do want to read it. Yeah. So that's what I'm reading next. I'll start it again tonight. I think because it was so recent, I remember a lot of what happened, so I'll just like, and I wasn't very far in, so I'll just continue and pick up where I left off. And so I'm just gonna give you a brief run through of my thoughts with Beneath the Scarlet Sky and Lovely War when I read it. I'm not gonna give what I rated till the end, just so I can kind of sit on them, and then so I'm gonna do when I read it and how I felt about it. Yeah, let's get started with that. So Beneath the Scarlet Sky, it's not a very like okay, it is like definitely a well-known book, but it's not one that like is on booktube or like book talk or whatever yet. Maybe I'll start a trend. I thought it was great. I think other people would like it more than me. I would 100% recommend this if like anybody wants to read like historical fiction. I would recommend Lovely War over it. But it was still a great book.
it was, yeah, I don't want to spoil it too much for you, but it's a story about like a young boy in, well, he's like 18, like a young boy in Italy, and it's his story of, um, he's helping people and then he starts fighting for Germany because his parents make him, um, to like, save him kind of, and then so he's helping people, and then he goes starts fighting for Germany. But he's kind of like undercover, like he's like a spy, but just like a small spy, like he's just kind of getting like information, but he's still abiding to like everything that the German leaders like tell him to do. And so it's like this beautiful story about this boy like being in the war, being involved, and also like there's a little bit of a romance story in there. I do wish that we could have seen a little bit more of that. I don't feel like it was played on as good as it could have been. Either like some more of it or just like none of it. I don't know. I didn't think it was bad though. Like I wouldn't take it out completely. Just like a little bit more of it. Just because I love to see like personality in my romance books. Yeah. But this was not a romance, so it's okay. Like I'm not even complaining about it. Um yeah, I thought it was great. My biggest complaint would just be like it was like I was saying earlier, I think it was just a little too like simple for me. I would love the like author to like kind of strain herself more in like writing. Sorry, my AC just turned on. Let me go turn that off. Okay, I would love to see just the author like working more towards like beautiful writing. Like I feel like there would have been a way to like tug at the heartstrings more. Where it definitely did, and there was like a really sad twist at the end. Um, but just I don't know. It was just missing something. Yeah. So that's it for Beneath the Scarlet Sky. Yeah. So that's it for Beneath the Scarlet Sky. And then obviously I read Lovely War. I would actually love to read more Julie Berry books. Maybe I'll look up what other books she reads. She has a lot of other books. It seems like she's written quite a few like children's books and then some historical fiction books. Um and then one like thriller. That's kind of wild. Um but this was definitely her highest rated book. So we'll see if I ever get to reading more of her books. Maybe like future books that come out. I don't know if I'll read like her backlist. Is that what it's called? Like her backlist, her backlog. Can someone tell me what it is? I think it's backlist. Um, yeah. This was beautiful. This was stunning. So I think I said earlier, it's a story. Aphrodite, is okay. She's obviously like the queen of, not the queen. I say she's obviously, yeah. Aphrodite, goes and she's like on trial for something. I don't want to like spoil out the whole book. You literally just read like 20 pages into the book and you figure it out. But she's in this trial and she tells a story of two different groups of people where like their stories intertwine, but they're like in love. Well, not they're in love, but they're like finding love, and it's just like this beautiful like heart-wrenching story about World War II. And these people like they have or they gain trauma from the war, like as you would suppose, and a lot of different things happen. It does, I love that it does shed light on like Jim Crow laws, and in the back of the book actually it has like a lot of, not a lot, but it has like quite a few pages of just, it calls it like the historical note, And so it shares more because like she's like, obviously this isn't a true story, obviously, but like there are parts of the story that are true. And so she shares like black servicemen in the Great War, because that is like part of the story, is how like one of the main characters is a black man, and it's about like how he was treated, and like him falling in love with a white woman during the war, and that's really beautiful to see like come to pass, and to like understand the like rich history of that, because obviously we have like some racism still today, like that's like obviously still prevalent, but it just like is nowhere near as bad as it was. And to like understand that, well, we can't even fully understand that, but to like catch a glimpse into like what these people who were literally just trying to like serve the country that they were like born and raised in, and like get equal rights, like they were fighting for a country where they didn't even have equal rights. That's so crazy to me. That is crazy. um and I have so much respect for that, and I think the story does like just a beautiful job at portraying that. um yeah, I think the story, is written beautifully. I love it. I will give my rating tomorrow. I think I know what it is, but I hate to like give it right now and just like not be certain about it. So that is the end of this clip. Tomorrow I am going to read The Woman. Tomorrow is Thursday. I am going to play pickleball with some friends, so I'll see how much time I even get to play, because I also have work. So I think there's a good chance I'm gonna finish it Friday evening or Saturday morning, and then I'll also finish What the Wind Knows maybe tomorrow night, because that one I'm listening to just on audiobook, because it's available with Kindle Unlimited on audiobook, but you have to download it on Kindle Unlimited first. If you want to know my secrets, yeah. So that is the plan, and I really love these books. So I will keep you updated. I'll either update you tomorrow or I'll update you Friday. It kind of just depends on how much I'm reading tomorrow. I'll let you know. Bye bye.
Okay, I just wanted to give an update on the book. I was going up to my spot over here. Well, you don't know where my spot is, but I was going up to my spot to read this morning. It's currently 7:45 in the morning, and I have a wedding to go to today. That's why I'm looking so nice. I'm like, why don't I look this presentable all the time? Charm necklace made by me, and I love this dress. But the wedding, I have to be there at 8:30 a.m. for the wedding, and then they have like a luncheon at noon, and then they have a reception at like 6. So it's very much an all-day event, which is like fine, except like my husband is one of their close friends, and we have to be there for everything, because he's one of the groomsmen. Yeah, so it's kind of just gonna take forever. I've had 2 social events already this week, and I'm almost like, should I stay home? Like 3 in a week is a lot, let me tell you. So I'm kind of done, but it's okay, because tomorrow's Sunday. I go to church on Sunday, and then the rest is kind of just like all by myself, which is nice. Yeah, anyways, the book, also, never mind. I was gonna say, if you guys want Week in My Life, let me know, but I think I said that earlier in another clip. If I did, sorry. But this book is good. I'm also reading What the Wind Knows right now, and I'm liking that a lot more. It's great. It's perfect. I don't think it's 5-star. I'm not getting like 5-star feelings. I'm at the 70% mark. But I would say it's a 4.5. I'm like, how have more people not read this? Or how how has there not been more people reading this, because it's so good. I would recommend it. I'm gonna finish that maybe today, maybe tomorrow. I want to get further in this book. I'm currently on page 250, and I would love to be further than 360 today. I would love to finish today. We'll see how much time I have in between events, because I don't really have very much going on today. Like, well, I mean, I have that, but like that's the only thing I have going on. So we'll see. I'm gonna try and read as much as I can. This book is good. It just like got to a twist. I wasn't like loving it before. It was kind of really slow. It took about to page 200 for like something to happen, and then like 50 pages later it took about to page 200 for something to actually happen, and then like 50 pages later something, or not even 50 pages, like 40 pages later something like sad happened. So it's like definitely a slow build to get to where we are, and I'm not loving the slowness of it. I wish it just was like a little bit of a faster pace, but we'll see how the end goes, because I still have, I think Goodreads put the update in yesterday and it said I was about halfway, so we'll see how I like it later. I will come in with another update, hopefully today. If not tomorrow, we'll see how much I read today. Yeah, because I'll be able to finish everything by tomorrow, so I'll keep you updated. Okay, it's quite warm in the car, so I'm just gonna try and get this review done fast. I've read a couple extra chapters in Beneath the Sky. Oh no, Beneath the Scarlet Sky. I think it's really good. I think, like, I really like the premise of the book and the author's, like, writing. I'm excited to, like, get through more of it, just because I feel like something's lacking. Like, I couldn't tell you what it is right now, and maybe I will as I, like, when I get, like, halfway through the book. But something just isn't there, and so, like, right now we're probably sitting, like, at a 4 stars-ish. And maybe it's just because I'm used to reading, like, romance books or, like, romantasy. And there's, like, no romance so far in this book. But it's really good, and it's, like, it's based around, like, World War II, and just following, like, a kid's journey, through that, and I really like it. But something's missing, and so we'll see. I'll keep you updated. I just got off of work, and so I will see you guys later. I don't think I'm going to read any more of it tonight, just because I have to get through reading something else for another video. But if I do, I'll keep you updated. Okay, I'm like an hour through, Beneath the Scarlet Sky. It's been about 6 chapters now. I think it's a good book. I'm looking for a little bit more. I'm looking for a little bit more, and I'm about to go to work right now. In my car, ready to leave, and I've just been listening to it on audiobook, just because it's a little bit faster that way. I'm able to do it while I'm like doing the odds and ends of the day, and then able to read like other books while I'm just like sitting down, which is nice, for other videos. So I'm just going to go to work and start the audiobook. I should get over halfway through while I'm at work. I'd assume that I'd finish the book tomorrow, but we'll see. Okay, I just woke up like an hour ago, so not really just woke up, but like kind of just woke up. I just wanted to give you a wrap up of the books. My husband is currently sleeping, so I didn't want to do this in the house. I figured I'd kind of just do it where this started, which is about right here. So I read 4 books in this video. I tried to read 5. I tried to read The Song of Achilles, which, if you've read that book, tell me if I should get back into it or not, because it was on like my 24 books to read in 2024. I put it on like in December, and I was not like as avid. There's a spider on my hand. Oh my gosh. I don't like that. I gotta move. I was not as avid as a reader as I am now, so let me know if it was just like a really overhyped book or not, because I couldn't get into it. Or maybe that's my fault, but I just like didn't understand it, because I'm just a girl, and so yeah. I keep feeling like I have a bug on me, or that people are gonna come and watch me film. Please don't. But let's get started on the 4 books. So I read Beneath the Scarlet Sky, Lovely War, The Woman, and What the Wind Knows. Kind of in that order. Beneath the Lovely, no, not Beneath the. Okay, Beneath the Scarlet Sky. I don't know if I said Beneath the Lovely Sky. Who knows? Beneath the Scarlet Sky and What the Wind Knows. I kind of read with the 2 other books, like at the same time, not confusing them really. Sorry, I thought someone was coming up here. And so, Lovely War, let's talk about that first. 5 stars. 5 stars. Okay, that's not true. But this book got me so like immersed into the world, immersed into the world, and it felt like I was just like sitting in the court with Aphrodite. If you've like read the book at all, or if you want to, it felt like Aphrodite tells the story. So she's the narrator of the book, and there's just 4 people who fall in love. I think I explained it earlier, but there's 4 people who fall in love during World War II. Okay, I just woke up like an hour ago, so not really just woke up, but like kind of just woke up. I just wanted to give you a wrap up of the books. My husband is currently sleeping, so I didn't want to do this in the house. I figured I'd kind of just do it where this started, which is about right here. So I read 4 books in this video. I tried to read 5. I tried to read The Song of Achilles, which if you've read that book, tell me if I should get back into it or not, because it was on like my 24 books to read in 2024. I put it on like in December, and I was not like as avid. There's a spider on my hand. Oh my gosh. I don't like that. I gotta move. I was not as avid as a reader as I am now, so let me know if it was just like a really overhyped book or not, because I couldn't get into it. Or maybe that's my fault, but I just like didn't understand it, because I'm just a girl, and so yeah. I keep feeling like I have a bug on me, or that people are gonna come and watch me film. Please don't. But let's get started on the 4 books. So I read Beneath the Scarlet Sky, Lovely War, The Woman, and What the Wind Knows. Kind of in that order. Beneath the Lovely, no, not Beneath the. Okay, Beneath the Scarlet Sky. I don't know if I said Beneath the Lovely Sky. Who knows? Beneath the Scarlet Sky and What the Wind Knows. I kind of read with the 2 other books, like at the same time, not confusing them really. Sorry, I thought someone was coming up here. And so, Lovely War, let's talk about that first. 5 stars. 5 stars. Okay, that's not true. But this book got me so like immersed into the world, immersed into the world, and it felt like I was just like sitting in the court with Aphrodite. If you've like read the book at all, or if you want to, it felt like Aphrodite tells the story. So she's the narrator of the book, and there's just 4 people who fall in love. I think I explained it earlier, but there's 4 people who fall in love during World War II, and it just shares their story about finding love and about like being in love, the struggles they had to go through to be like in love, and to work out with each other. There was, I don't know, there was a really heartbreaking twist, and then it got fixed, which I really appreciate. Maybe I shouldn't say that, because if you're like near the end of the book, you would, who cares, it's not a spoiler unless you've already got there. You don't know what the twist is gonna be. But I would 100% recommend. 5 stars. It was beautiful. Beautiful. And then the next book I read was Beneath a Scarlet Sky. I rated that, I think it was 4 stars. I thought it was just like this perfect book. I couldn't find any complaints with like the storyline. I thought that was so good. It was so beautiful. There was like something sad that happened that didn't get resolved, which I actually kind of like sometimes, because it's like, okay, that's not real life if like everything always gets better in books. But I like to pretend like that's why I'm here, is because I like to pretend. But let's make it a little realistic sometimes. So I appreciated like the sad turn of events, and it not getting fixed. Like, it broke my heart, but that was what it was supposed to do, like get me more involved. The only problem I had with this was, I think it was more YA than like adult, which, and this is totally my fault, but it's also like I'm rating the book as to like how I liked it. And so it just read not like immature, but it just didn't read it like not sophisticated enough for me, if that makes any sense. But I still really liked it. I just felt like some of the sentences, well, a lot of the sentences were a little too simple for me. But that didn't change like my view on the story or like the characters or anything. So 4 stars. And then the next book I read was The Woman, and I rated that one 4 stars too. I thought it was great. A great book. My problem with it was it, in the beginning, it was too slow. Like, this girl, her brother got killed, and then she decided to, her brother got killed in the war, and then she decided to sign up for the war. And then she, like, it's like kind of a love story between people, and like stuff happens, and then the story progresses. I didn't feel like the story actually started until like 50% in. I was just a little too bored until 50% in, and maybe that's my fault. I don't think it is, though. Maybe it is. Am I the problem? No. And then the story picked up, and I really loved it. Like, if the whole book was as good as like the second half, I would have rated it 5 stars. And honestly, like, it picked up enough and was good enough after the second half that I did rate it 4 stars. Otherwise, it would have been 3, and I was thinking that for a while. But it was great. I loved the end. I loved the character growth in this book was flawless. And if you know anything about me, I love some good character growth. So this is the book for that. And then the last book I read was What the Wind Knows, and I think I rate this one, I just finished it, so I think I'm gonna rate this one 4 stars. No, I think I'm gonna rate it 3.75. It got a little too slow at the end for me. It's kind of like I know a little bit more about it, so I can explain it better, but it's like this time travel book, where this girl like accidentally somehow gets herself stuck back to when her grandpa was like just a boy, like young, and her grandpa had just passed away like right before this, and so she went to go visit Ireland, which is where he was from, And it's during like Ireland, like a war in Ireland had happened at this time. And so it's just like a beautiful story about her getting to know like her family better, and they think she's someone else because she looks identical to like her grandma, and so everyone thinks she's the grandma, which like just disappeared a couple of years prior. And it's just like a beautiful book. I love the characters in it. I love the plot. I think the romance in it was so beautiful. I don't know what my problem was with this book. If I did, I would rate it higher. Well, no, I would rate it lower. 3.75 is a good rating. Like, that's so close to 4 stars. But something was missing, something was lacking. The last little portion was a little bit, like, just too slow for me, as you would expect. Like, she's going back into her time, you know? But I thought it was a great book. So it's, like, barely lower than The Woman and Beneath the Scarlet Sky. Yeah. And that is the end of this reading vlog. Let me know if you have any questions. I recommend reading all 4 of those books, especially the 2 that like you've probably never heard of, Beneath the Scarlet Sky and What the Wind Knows. Those are just really unknown, but they've been out for a while and they're really good. I recommend. Okay, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and hop on to some of my older videos and give them a like and a comment and start watching them. Bye bye!